Hi there, I'm Z. I'm here again, and I'm here to get the LLM testing series continued for the sake of exploring testing tools for testing LLMs. But yeah, first let's dive into the uh, last week's live session and video which came out this Wednesday, because it really stuck a bit. It was not an easy ride. So I eventually managed to get it done and get it ready and get some conclusion out of it. And finally, I deployed 3 large language models locally to my PC, and I made some test prompts, 10 test prompts for each models, and I evaluated all these test prompts and how the language models performed. So let's jump right in the topic, and afterwards we will explore what testing tools we should use or will use, or I don't know, we will see. Okay, let's start it. I will open the nice little Google Sheet, which I made the CSV file. I uploaded to the GitHub, which I shared with you underneath the YouTube video link from the previous live session. So the output was the CSV file, and I imported the CSV file to Google Sheets. It's a bit easier to read. 3 models which were used, which is 5.3, the Tiny Llama, and the Stable LM2. All of the test prompts. So these are. Oh, I didn't show anything. Sorry, I just started to get it. Okay. So now let's start it. I will share my screen. Hopefully it works. Yes, it's working. So okay, this VS Code prepared, but I also prepared this Google Sheet. Basically, that's the output of last week's test. The output was a CSV file. I imported with Google Sheets, and finally I've selected 3 large language models, which is the 5.3, the Tiny Llama, and the Stable LM2. And these are the test prompts, the 10 test prompts I use for every model, and here is the responses. And finally I personally evaluated if it's passed or failed and made some notes out of it and some summarization with this sheet, and just quickly go through all these 3 models are fine-tuned. These are instruct models, so it's fine-tuned to respond and even have a chat with them, made them available to do that. So there was 10 prompts. It was a classification. It's basically all the classification task. It's there a sentence which should classify, the language model should classify these as positive or negative or neutral. As far as I recall, all 3 of the models, so 5.3, Tiny Llama, and Stable LM, also passed this test. It was not a hard task even with these small versions of these relatively small large language models. The second prompt was to select the organization and the location from the statement, which was the United Nations and New York City. 5.3, which was the largest model. It's clearly passed this. The first fail occurred with the Tiny Llama, which is the selected. Let me just show you. So the response was just clearly that the selected text. That was the response. Of course, it's not a good. Did not select the needed information, and Stable LM just made it happen. It was the third prompt was the explanation. What is a greenhouse effect? all three language models was quite good explaining that. Describing the life, it's just describing the life of a time traveler who visits ancient Rome. It's supposed to test if this language model, how creative it is, how should it keep context during a relatively long. So this is the length of the text and how factually correct the whole stuff. Well, however, but I really wanted to the language models pass this test, but I think that's the first which every model just failed, because in this case that if of course it's kept the context, factual was correct, but there was a lot of misspellings. Oh, it's misspelling spellings. Okay, maybe I'm not even better than a large language model. Okay, so there were a lot of misspellings in that. For example, the let me just share one of it's really annoying ones that it's relatively yeah, I really found several one. Okay, I really don't waste time on, but I really found those. Okay, the fourth one are the phrases. She enjoys hike in the mountains, or she loves trekking in the hills. Similar in meaning, the answer of course it is yes. It's similar, not the same, but the meaning is similar because it's a physical activity. It's about some performance during this physical activity. So these two sentences similar in meaning. The response was quite good with 5-3, but Tiny Llama failed again, and also a stable LM passed the test. Correct the grammar sentence. She don't like the movie. Of course, the answer is she doesn't like the movie. All three language models passed this. Passed this test. What is the result of 45 multiplied by 9? It was the most surprising thing that that the 5-3 just really failed, and it tried some kind of, I don't know which explanation it is, but it hallucinated a lot. With that, Tiny Llama came up with some kind of, I don't know why, this result is not even close, and yes, that's another interesting approach. Not even close. You can of course read all these with the GitHub link in the repo I shared with you underneath the last video. What is the result of the arithmetic expression of this? With the correct answer is 12. As far as I can recall, it's not really a complicated mathematical expression, but of course it's a bit more complex than the previous one. Only 5-3 passed this test, and the explanation was pretty clear and thorough. It hallucinated a lot, and yes, the stable LLM was close with 11, but it is not the correct answer. And the last two, yes, so this one, the logical reasoning or causal thinking, that if all cats are animals and some animals are not dogs, can we conclude that some cats are not dogs? And yes, the correct answer, we can conclude, because cats are animals, dogs are animals as well, but some cats are not dogs and some dogs are not cats. That's the correct answer, and as far as I recall, yeah, only 5-3 can conclude, or could conclude that. And the last one is a bit tricky question. What is the capital of Paris? There is no such thing as capital of Paris, and 5-3 just quite good, was quite good evading this trap. So the revised, it suggested a revised question. What's the capital of France? Maybe that was I would like to ask rather than this one. It was, and it supposes that it could be an issue of the prompter in the capital city of France, and it really verbose response on that. And all the other language models failed with this. Yes, that was the answer. Capital of France, and by extension score, the city of Paris is located in the district. Yeah, so it's not the answer because I did not ask that what is the capital of Paris. It was a capital that was what I asked. Stable LM as well. It hallucinated a lot. Anyway, the result summary is just this little pass-fail rate comparison table. I made a Python script to evaluate that and calculate, made a table out of it, and I just copied the sizes of the parameter amount training these models are having, and just really reflect the performance of the models, how good was the, or how high was the parameters with these models. So yeah, that was the simple time question prompting, testing the large language models. But yeah, that's for the last week session. But this week's session, I would like to start to explore what tools we have, because of course it's a completely valid way of testing large language models, the prompting and checking the response of the different prompts. Of course, these were not the brightest prompts for testing large language models, but they were okay. I guess I came up with those. So there was that we can test the large language models with this kind of methodology. But what if you would like to run a regression test, for example? If there's a language model, and let's assume the situation that we are working to a team or in a project which develops a large language model, and we would like to execute regression tests after different epochs of fine-tuning or training the model. And we would like to know that if the model gets better or worse. We of course came up with, I don't know, 60, 100 questions, but evaluating these questions and these answers mainly, it's quite a thorough work manually, and it feels like a bit of waste of resource. So there should be a smarter way, and there is a smarter way according to my research, which using some statistical measurements, and based on those statistical measurements and different kind of methods, we can see how the large language model performs. I searched for models, but I haven't concluded anything yet, haven't made anything yet, any coding. I just searched what would be the best approach for us to start learning this method. And maybe I will close this Google Sheet. You can check the original CSV file in GitHub, as I mentioned. And let's jump right into this natural language toolkit. It was developed in the beginning of the 2000s in the University of Pennsylvania, I think, but it is mainly for experimenting, for research, and for prototyping language model processing, natural language processing. But it's really widely used throughout developing large language models, or even testing, evaluating, analyzing natural language processing mainly. It is really broad documentation exists in the very same page, and also a really good and simple but it's really good and thorough. I didn't finish the sentence. So there's a really good book for the natural language processing library for Python, because there is, which is a big advance for me, because I would like to use it. And there's a really good explanations and a really good book like structure, and a lot of information how to use this Python library and the whole toolkit for different kind of things. And it really explains the basics of Python throughout, explaining using the toolkit. Yes, I won't read the whole book, I think, because there is a lot of information to consume and then process for the large language model world and the broader AI or machine learning world, and even testing all these things. But what would be the best solution for this for this challenge? To use some really surprising tool, ChatGPT, to guide us how to use this natural language toolkit, figuring out how good is the response of a large language model from a prompt. Let's see what we will figure out. We will use these three locally deployed large language models, or maybe not three, just one. But let's see how to use it. Let's jump right into it. So the prompt would be that not how, but I would like to use natural language toolkit to evaluate large language model responses, mainly using statistical measures. Please show me how to do this. Interesting. To make this reusable, you can wrap these steps into function. Okay, but yeah, the real there are metrics, but what we can conclude? Please suggest me statistical, not measures, but metrics based on text statistics using the NLTK. which would meaningfully evaluate different different aspects of the large language model performance. Okay, here we are. There's some description, interpretation, readability, syntactic complexity. Okay, these are really, I feel like these are more meaningful aspects, because we can conclude, for example, the lexical diversity. This measures the variety of vocabulary used by the model. It is calculated as the ratio of unique words to the total number of words. The higher score indicates richer vocabulary and better usage of language. Lower score might suggest redundancy or over-reliance on common words. So lazy, let's call it laziness of the model. Readability, the Flash, yeah, this I heard about or read about, this Flash Kincaid grade level, which is a really good metric. It's good for a large language model, for example, even if it's fine-tuned to be an instruct model, to be easily readable. Syntactic, okay. Fluency, grammatic error rate, nice one. Okay, what sentiment analysis, if it's was use library. Okay, I think it started to get out of context. Example implementation. You can implement a combination of these metrics in Python function using related libraries depending on what aspects of the large language model performance you want to focus on. For instance, a function evaluating syntactic complexity, lexical diversity, and readability might look like this. Evaluate. Yeah, basically, it creates the function in Python. The function. Okay. Yeah, if it listed this much, so it's 10. Let's call them metrics. For respects of large language model performance, let's ask it to make it happen, maybe. Let's not let's not be that needy at that time. Let's see if we can, if we see if it's working. Yeah, we will try it. I already created a virtual environment and we can install. How should we call it? Let's call it large language model NLTK. Just with small letters. NLTK sandbox.py. Yes, of course it's not understanding because I have not installed it, so I'm already in the virtual environment and instead NLTK and text that. And in the meanwhile, I checking. Yeah, I see there's one viewer. Could that one viewer please tell me that if you can see what's happening and if you can hear me? I hope you can. Maybe some comment. Yeah, okay. No worries if not. That's all right. At least the libraries are installed and all the problems just disappeared from the code. Okay, so, but let's have a look first what it's done. So the lexical diversity, every sentence stop word frequency. But I'm not sure that what is that? For example, the stop word frequency, stop word ratio, what that means? Because I cannot see. Let's read that through because I really would like to know what we are doing here. I understand the lexical diversity, the readability as well. Syntactic complexity, average number of words per sentence. Analyze the variety of syntactic structures by examining different parts of a speech. Tags. But I don't really understand that. And with first prompt, I asked it how to evaluate it, and it suggested to tokenize the large language model responses why it is needed, because in the meanwhile in this example, the second example, it does not need. Yeah, because we are in a situation right now that Olama response is a text response. So I would assume that we can use those responses, but let's have that one. Let's have one response and see what's the result. If we execute it. Okay. So, what is the response? Nothing. No error, no nothing. It's interesting. Why? Why could it be that? I don't know. That maybe I should see some instructions first. Installing the NLTK. Installing import NLTK. But that should be some. Maybe I should install NLTK data. If you're unsure of which data set you need. I don't think that could be a problem. What is the problem right now? Maybe some suggestions from the viewer. No, nothing. Okay. Does it even work some way? Okay. Okay. There is something. I think I really made a rookie error for not saving the Python file. It really searches for the NLTK data. Resource punk not found. Please use the NLTK downloader to obtain the resource. So I will start Python interpreter for that, as suggested in documentation. And import NLTK and NLTK download. NLTK download. Yes. Almost. Okay. Let's see what happens during that install. Maybe something happens. Let's see. In the well, I think I just needed the NLTK data, and that's what I managed to input NLTK, import NLTK, NLTK download. New window should open. What window? There is no window. No window opened. Neither of my screens. No. No, there is no screen for these. Display and no for this display. I will really send an interrupt, but I couldn't for some reason. Okay, the terminal seems stuck. I think I will close VS Code and open a terminal. Let's find the project. Okay. Yeah, I want to see that. No module name that pip install NLTK. exit pip install tk y. Oh, come on. It should work. It should. Command line installation. Okay, download a search directory to install. If one does not exist, welcome to create. Ribbon. Yes. Create a folder. I really want to have that installed, but how can I exit? Control Z. Yes. Okay, so pip install tk. Let's install it globally, not just in the virtual environment. Hope it will work and we'll have. Okay. We'll have some different result. Okay, it's imported. The comment was that one. Yes, it appeared, but it's just a test. I will exit that, and I need to script and activate virtual environment. We are there, and I would like to do that again with that virtual environment because I would like to work in that environment. Then I'll tk download. Nice. Okay, I think the VS Code just messed it up. What should I install? New window, click on the file and change download directory. Select the packages or collections you want to download if you do not install the data. So can I select all the corpora, what packages available, everything used. That is download directory. Okay, let's be that. It doesn't really matter for now. It downloads all. Okay. That's a good start. Let's wait a bit. Yeah, until then, let me ask that what is your opinion, and yeah, it's really important for me to have some kind of feedback that what I'm doing. Okay, it's not mainly, but partly it's for myself, for my learning and for my personal growth and knowledge, and I'm really interested in testing AIs and all parts of it. Speaking of which, machine learning or large language models, but sometimes it would be really great to see some comments, opinions, advices, or any kind of communication, even during the live stream or underneath an edited video, or some comment in one of my LinkedIn posts or Twitter posts, whenever suits you best. And yeah, initiate some discussion and some arguing even, because I don't really know what I'm doing all the time. I have opinion, I have my personal insights, I have my personal views on different questions, but I'm just learning, and I'm the basic concept of the whole channel is to share the whole learning with you, and you probably know, and if you ever learned anything in your life, that the learning process is could be really exhausting and really hard, and it there's no mean to be a simple one, because if it would be simple, that everybody would do that, but apparently not everybody does that. Okay, there are the packages and all the stuff will be installed soon. I really hope, because I have so much to explore. And even in the end of this session, I would like to introduce two other tools as well, not with that kind of practical Python coding, but to introduce, because I found two, and I would like to have two sessions. The next two sessions will be also about the tools of large language model testing. They are more fancy ones, but eventually I will speak about them during this video as well. Okay, it's finished. What's the instructions after it's finished? If you okay, it suggests that test the data. It's always, but I think we can. Okay, all the packages installed. We can close the downloader, and it suggests to test, but if it's really downloaded and it's reachable, I mean available. Maybe it would be better if I can write or spell, not form but from. Nice. Okay, and brown birds. Yay! Okay, it's installed. Nice. Thanks for the description. Yeah, okay, I will close that. I will have, okay, I will have that. Start VS Code, and that's file of us. Let's save and activate the virtual environment first. What was the virtual environment, the script, and the activate? Nice. Execute the Python file. Actual output. Nice. Okay, there's numbers and texts and things which I don't really understand. Fear no more. We will have some explanations. The most expert explainer. Yes. So these are the metrics. It's nice to have some metrics, but what should we conclude? Various aspects of large language model performance, from basic language mechanics to more nuanced aspects like readability, fluency, and coherence, depending on specific needs. You may focus more on certain metrics to evaluate how well the large language model is performing in generating human-like and contextually appropriate responses. So how many various aspects of the generated text? Here are some meaningful metrics you can use. We have lexical diversity. We don't need the explorer. Yes. So the lexical diversity interpretation, higher score indicates richer vocabulary and better usage of language. A lower score may suggest redundancy. Okay, maybe. What is that stop word ratio? I cannot really found that in the description. What is the stop word ratio? Metric meaning. It's not really an English sentence, but I hope ChatGPT understands. So the measure is the proportion of stop words in a text relative to the total number of words. The stop words include the, is, in, and but. Meaning interpretation and high stop word ratio indicates that a larger portion of the text is made up of common words that generally contribute less to the overall meaning. This might suggest that the text is more conversational or less information dense. For example, in informal speech or writing, stop words are used more frequently to maintain the flow of language. Lower stop word ratio suggests that the text is composed of more content, words, that carry more significant meaning. Okay, that my understand is that the less the stop word ratio is, the more meaningful the answer or the response. Okay, what is the POS count? Let's see that. Have some interpretation also. I'm checking the time because okay, it's almost 1 hour left spent. Yeah, but first I would have some meaning. What is the POS count? The meaning of these metrics, and after we have these metrics understood with some correct meanings, then I can integrate it to the deployed language models. Maybe I should just contribute to that repository, not creating a different one, but we will conclude that a bit later. Just let's try that out first. Okay, that we have lexical diversity, stop word ratio, POS. What was the POS counts? Parts of speech. What is the NNRB, DTJJ? What are these? Let's ask that also. As our last questions, what is the Flash Kincaid grade? Meaning it's a readability metric, the complexity of the text, which can indicate how suitable the text is for the intended audience. Lower Flash Kincaid grade level suggests simpler language suitable for a broader audience. Okay, so the lower is the better. Once again, reading scores range 0 to 100. Okay, where higher scores indicate easier reading. The lexical diversity, once again, is the... Okay, but it did tokenize. I just really slipped that information. So the words, no, they tokenize the response. Okay. Word count, sentence count. Yeah, if the word, yeah, if it's something to have. Okay, I've got that. It's okay. Every sentence length, word count, sentence count. There's one sentence and several words. Stop word frequency. From the corpus. Use the stop word function or method or class library function. Yeah, stop words function with the words method. Okay, I think it's okay. The POS tags, POS count, the POS tag. What is the POS tag? It's also from the NLTK. It doesn't use the word, did not use the word. Maybe it's a I should tell ChatGPT about that, or maybe just correct it. What's the part of speech tagging? I will ask the output. What does it mean? Aha, okay, there's some kind of words. Adverb, it's a noun. Adverb determiner are present. Determiners include words like the, a, and this, that. Adjective, verb, and period sign, that's okay. Prepositions, that's also understandable. In personal pronouns, let's see if it's correct. So what are the nouns? Is the dog, the fox, and the brown. These are nouns. Okay, what is the adverbs? And the quick, the brown is an adverb. I would assume, but sorry, an adjective. So what is the noun? English is not my first language, but I should know. What are the nouns of this text? No, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to. Okay, please just list me the nouns of this text and disregard the NLTK and Python. Yeah, it's only two, so it's not a correct. Yeah, even it seems like that it's the results, it's one more than, no, it's 2 point punctuations, that's all right. Prepositions, which was the in yeah, a preposition, it's one preposition. Yeah, over, that's correct. No, personal pronoun, the that was two. The it okay, okay, I think I understood that. Maybe quickly, very fast. What was the DT? That was the determiners. Big Brown. Okay, yeah, there's some natural language processing lingo, which is really good to know if you would like to get some metrics. Okay, it seems like it's working. Okay, it's working properly. Let's jump back to the NLTK and Python. You mentioned the following metrics. You not remesh. Yeah, I would like to remind ChatGPT that what was the listed metrics, and I would like to have ChatGPT to suggest me how to include all these into this evaluate LLM response function, or if not not the every and each metric from the list, but the most. So I will remind it. Lexical diversity, readability, metrics, syntax, complexity, fluency and coherence, vocabulary usage, sentiment analysis, information density, coherence, we had that, logical flow, error analysis, contextual relevance, please add all these metrics to the Python script you showed before. I can't really wait that if it's ensure the required resources are downloaded. They are downloaded. Wow. If this works, it's insane. And it even gets me explanation to the metrics. Okay. Nice one, ChatGPT. Yeah, according to my experience, ChatGPT 4.0 is really performing better than the GPT 3.5. Let's copy that. Oh, text blob. I need to install that. Pip install text blob. It's installed. Let's execute. Okay, I would like to remove those because these are downloaded. Eventually it did not run into any issue. already up to date. And these are all the metrics. Wow, nice. It's working. Yeah, we have these until the flash reading erase, flash Kincaid grade. Okay, until the flash Kincaid grade. Let's understand. Lexical diversity, of course. Education grade level required to understand the text. So it's not that high. Flash reading ease score. That's the flash reading ease and the flash Kincaid grade. That's two different things because it was just a misunderstanding or a misexplanation. Maybe I would like to clarify that mainly within myself, because half an information can do more damage than definite bad or good information. Flash Kincaid grade level. Suggest simply, okay, that was a bad. Okay, that's a flash reading ease scores. Okay, now I understand. 0 to 100, and it's 106. Interesting. Higher is easier. Okay, that's easier than easy. Sentiment polarity. The average sentiment, how complex sentences are by counting the average number of words. That's okay. Fluency and coherence, that's a sentiment polarity. Okay, indicates the positivity or negativity of the text, might from the scale of -1 to +1. It's a bit positive-ish, but it's neutral. Sentiment subjectivity measures how subjective or objective the text is. I think it would mean that it's objective more, because closer to 0 would mean subjective. Content word ratio, information density. The ratio is meaningful words, the total word count. Okay, transition word ratio. What is the transition word? The proportion of transition words in the text indicating how well ideas are connected. Yeah, I think that it's some however or in concluding or that kind of words. Okay, repetition rate is the error. Analyze its frequency of the most repeated word, indicating redundancy. I think the higher value means that it's a worse result. And keyword relevance, the proportion of text that matches a given set of keywords indicating relevance to the prompt. Okay. These are nice metrics. I think the next step would be to get that integrated to our deployed large language models and execute these tests, and let's see how the metrics will form in each and every test and evaluate afterwards. Oh my. It will be a long session. Yeah. Okay. Right now I don't think that we will need. Yes, I think we won't need ChatGPT for now, and I will open a new window of VS Code Come on, open it. Okay, it's this one. Yes, I think I will need to revisit the whole directory structure, but let's work with that directory, because in that directory I have the olamas crash test dummy.py with all these test prompts. Yeah, I think I will move the Python file here. Yes, I will save it. I will, okay, not move, but copy the file here. Nice one. Okay, and we have a virtual environment here as well. I would like to activate it. Here's the script, and activate has been activated. And I would like to install the NLTK, the text blob, and text stat. Yes. Install these, and I'm not sure that I need to install the NLTK data for that NLTK data for that virtual environment. I don't think so, but let's see, and execute this simple with this simple example. Okay, so Python, not that one. LLM NLTK. Better directory structure would be definitely needed. Python LLM NLTK. Okay, let's still have that with that response. Now it will return the matrix. I think I will reuse the text prompts for now. Yeah, for the keyword, I'm not sure that I would like to use that keyword relevance, the contextual relevance, because in that case I would need I need to add keywords. Yeah, I think I will skip that. At least I will know that there is an option to do that. Keyword relevance, I don't need that. Of course, I don't need that. Yeah, and with that it should work. Yeah, it's really really interesting that for this repetition rate, yeah, it's the same. Okay. Other thing I need to do is to include this evaluate this LLM LTK sandbox for this file. Not importing. Why is it? Okay, doesn't matter. I'm not sure what I would like to do rather. Okay, that matrix. Yes, and that's all because the response and return matrix and print matrix. Yeah, first of all, let's select. Let's select the first one, and I would like. Oh, sorry. And I would like to comment these. Actually, the comment would be that. Yes. What if I execute this? The Ola. Okay. 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 That's a result. Nice one. Let's use that. What if I just simply okay. Because it's just only one function, not only one, but it's a really important function, but it's yeah, I think I will rather keep it separated and use the NLTK sandbox to disevaluate LLM response here and include the yes, but why can't I just really import? It was a long time I did this. Even it's a shame, even if it's not. We ask how to use a function of a Python for different Python file. Yes, from file import function. Yeah, that's what I remembered. TK sandbox. Evaluate LLM response. I want to have that. Why can't I have that? It's there. This file is in the same directory. It's one of Python's sorry. So change your file name to file.py or something. Are in the same directory. Let's see, I think the file you want to import from a different directory can include the file. You have to add path to the file if it is not already there. Ah, okay, because of the hyphen, it does not work. Okay, let's rename it. Rename it with underscore. Ha, okay, that was the issue. Execute prompt. And what should I need to do is to, that's the response. I have response. I have response. And append it in a result. Results data frame. When it should be printed out, I think. Yeah, just let's print it out. LLM prompt response. I feel like that I should do it here. Not here, but here. Yes. Okay. Matrix and print matrix. Also, let's print it out. I think, I mean, print the matrix out. Okay. Ah, nice. what the Ew, it's pretty much readable. Let's evaluate this. And I think later on, maybe beginning of next week, I try to put it in some kind of more readable format. Now I will just I have the CSV file, not that one, but that one. Yes, with the word counts and that kind of things. I will make a better version out of it, but now I will just make it visible in a Google Sheets as I did before. And just let me open my very personal, but for this channel, the Google Drive, and I will get that ready. Okay. I will import the CSV, and I think I can manage to get that some visibility and getting some conclusion. And after the conclusion, I will jump into the two different tools I told you before, and after that we will conclude this, because I feel like it was a really good session. Not jump at the end, because we will have something to do. Just a second and you will see what I'm doing. Just a bit of waiting. Yes, that one. Just some clicking here and there. Okay, I think we arrived. Yay! We have the prompt. Wrapping. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think it will be readable. Just in a sec. Yeah, of course these numbers just in really various precision. Okay, nice one. Okay, I will make it. Yeah, I completely understand there's people who won't join live because there's these activities which is really not fun to watch, and would like to conclude what is the result. I completely understand and get it, because it's a bit boring to see a guy just hitting Alt Enter instead of just writing some fancy script to do that, or maybe just knowing out of the box how to do the forming of all the stuff. But yeah, not right now the emphasis on learning how to use the tools and how to use it efficiently is a different question, but it's also an important question as well. And I will modify the Python script to get some more consumable or meaningful out outcome. Nice. Okay, so of course a CSV file can be done that way, that all these metrics are in separated fields. But I won't like to do that now, for now. Yeah, okay, just let's see the classify the sentence as positive, negative, or neutral. I'm very disappointed with the service I received at the restaurant. The answers are pretty okay. I on purpose chosen the test prompt which all the three large language models passed from the previous session's test. So I assume that it's testing the test result would be the same. So the sentiment of the statement is negative. It expresses dissatisfaction and unhappiness about the personal experience in a specific place, a restaurant. Terms like very disappointed clearly indicate an unfavorable review or feeling towards it, hence conveying negativity. Yeah. Based on the given text material, I am very disappointed with the service I received at the restaurant. Can be considered as a neutral statement. The speakers express their negative experience with the establishment but doesn't express any further emotion or sentiment. Okay, Tiny Llama got it wrong. It is clearly a fail. Let's see if this fail forms in the numbers, forms somehow in the numbers. The given sentence stable LLM response. The given sentence is negative in sentiment. The phrase very disappointed indicates that person who spoke these words is unhappy and dissatisfied with their experience at the restaurant. This sentiment would likely not to be considered positive, and neutral could be a possibility if it were presented without any context to imply the blah 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 blah. Okay, it's a bit verbose. Okay, the word count is based on just that. I think pi 3, or not pi, but phi 3 performed the best. And the sentence count Tiny Llama would have, because of the verbosity, average sentence length, which shows us the how easy to understand, how easy to read. Average sentence length is the highest with the stable LLM. Lexical diversity. Let me just. Okay, we have that. That's nice, because I need that one. Okay. Okay, so the lexical diversity measures the variety of words in the text, indicating how diverse the vocabulary is. How diverse. The most diverse in phi 3, the least diverse was the stable LLM. Stop word ratio. I think I understood that the proportion of common words, stop words in the text which doesn't carries any meaning, it's the lowest in the phi 3. So phi 3 is best performing in that manner. POS counts, let's keep that and the last. The Flash Kincaid grade, highest one is the V3. The education grade level required to understand the text. Education grade level, so it's the highest. I'm really in problems with Flash Kincaid. Great, because suggests a lower Flash Kincaid grade level suggests a simpler language. So this is a simpler because of the length of the words, I think. It's counting that in that measurement. That's how I recall from my previous searching. Flash reading ease is the easiest to read. That one, for some reason, it's easy to read. That's also correct, because it's lacking the negative, not lacking the complicated words. Sentiment polarity indicates the positivity or negativity of the text. It's -1 to 1 scale. It's clearly negative. I mean, not the sentiment analysis of the prompt, but the sentiment analysis of the response. So it's negative, it's more like negative in that way, and that's the least. It's nearly neutral. Sentiment subjectivity, if it's subjective or objective, it's in the neutral state. It's objective in that way, and it's more, that's the most objective one according to that metric. Content word ratio, content, yeah, what are the words it really carries the content. Highest ratio, I think the best. Yes, and it's the best with that, I would say so. Transition word ratio is the highest with the longest text. I assume that because of this however word, that's the reason. The repetition rate, surprisingly the lowest with this, even if it's the longest one, so it's one in that metric. Okay, yeah, and then the POS counts. POS counts, I think it just used that POS counts. Is a frequency distribution of the part of speech tags found in a given text. Each tuple in the list represents POS tags number. Yes, so it's just a frequency distribution. But even this frequency distribution of the different words suggests us, for example, in the content word ratio, it's counted based on these numbers, because yeah, I told you before. it's why you're not told but read. Okay, so we have that. I think it works quite good. I think I need to set my mind in a different way or different mode to get this information in the place and evaluate the actual response. I will, as I said, I will do broader interpretation of these metrics with all the test prompts, with all three models. I will get some fancy output, not really fancy, but fancier than this. Okay, I will get back to what I wanted to share you. Okay, so I think it's a stepping stone to learning tools instead just prompting. Learning tools how to understand or have a deeper understanding of the large language model and the natural language processing itself. So that's the reason why I would like to show you and show me, show for myself what can be done and how it can be interpreted, how these metrics can be interpreted in the large language model testing. But yeah, there's several tools. That's a lot of tools available, which I two tools came in front of my eyes pretty frequently. What one is the DeepEval, which is a Python library made by Confident AI, and one is the Evidently, which has a large language model evaluation. Python library, LLM evaluation. Yes. So these two tools, the DeepEval and the Evidently AI, both of course these are Python libraries, so it's free to use. It's for everybody. Both tools, as far as I just scroll down and getting a bigger picture, the DeepEval and the Evidently would consist many metrics, textual statistical metrics, and have different kind of broader and bit fancier metrics than just pure statistical. Both models. So both tools has the functionality of using large language models as a judge, which means that if we get a prompt and get a response and we set a context to the tool, to the specific prompt, it will use language models from Hugging Face or use OpenAI API to interact with ChatGPT to directly ask that if it's a sentiment analysis or more broader toxicity measurement or that kind of things. So in the following two sessions, we will, let's say will be a deep dive, but it will be a shallow deep dive, of course, for the sake of the 1.5 or 2 hours of this live session and the edited video. But it would be really interesting to get to know both of these tools. So that's for the future. But for now, the NLTK Python library is I found it really useful and really interesting. And as I dig the information out in this week about the NLTK, it really set myself. I've set myself to the more technical situation, more technical position. At least I felt like it. And to know the large language models better and a bit I have put into a position of not the linguist but a developer or any person who would like to understand better the natural language processing. So it was a really nice feeling, and I think if I would like to deepen my knowledge in natural language processing and testing large language models, I I feel I really feel the need to yes, to use this NLTK and maybe the other tools as well. So that's the reason why I would like to know these. Yes, I think we are getting to an end for this session now. So the usual stuff, guys. So please leave a comment underneath the YouTube video, which will be out mid of next week. I would be really glad that if you would join to the live session, because I think it can be fun, or you can just really see as a Friday night session of yours. And don't forget to follow me on LinkedIn and leave some comments in the post if you liked. Push to the like button in YouTube, in LinkedIn, and Twitter, all these social media platforms you're using, because I use those, and I really like those, because I feel it's the openness and the whole atmosphere of these social media platforms could be really toxic, and some openness and honest learning journey, sharing an honest learning journey is really a good thing to have, and putting away all the perfect Instagram pictures and perfect one-click deployments in another more realistic perspective. Yeah, so that was all, guys, for today, and let's join the next live session in next week. And until then, please follow me on LinkedIn and see the posts. That was all. Take care, guys. Bye bye.